Faydra has a question about how to call in.
Oh, don't you just? Oh, it should be open.
Oh, call in, yeah.
You don't call in. You tag the box in the middle. There you go. Okay. I just want to open the call really quick. Welcome, everybody. This is Katrina Sawa, the Jumpstart Your Biz Coach with jumpstartyourmarketing.com and loveyourselfsuccessful.com. I talk all about love and money and how to get more of both, because you need love plus money equals happiness in my mind. So that's why the show Love and Money Live chat room. I'm bringing on some friends today and some of my speakers from my upcoming event. And so I'll introduce them all in a second. Is there anybody else that wants to join? I got Christine or Lisa. Those are the two that I'm looking at. Maybe you don't know how. This is the first time I've seen you, Faydra, on BLAB.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
I've been on a couple times, but in different circles.
Right.
And one of the suggestions I have that works really well on mine, if you want a suggestion, is to put your website links over in the message area, and that way people can just click on them and it goes right over to your website.
All right, so while I'm talking, we'll do that. Leslie, welcome. I know it's your first day on BLAB. Look at her. Woo woo. A lot of my clients are coming in and they have no idea what BLAB is. And one of them's like, well, do I have to have a Twitter? I don't have a Twitter. And I'm like, well, not technically, but you should eventually. So this BLAB today is all about really sharing more about love and money, what you think about it in your life, and what mistakes people make, but also how to get more love and money. And it all ties into my Love and Money Live event coming up February 19, 20, and 21 here in Sacramento, California. It's 3 packed days full of really working on yourself, but also working on your business, making more money in your business. Too many business owners I see are struggling, and you're not doing enough revenue producing activities on a regular basis because you don't know what to do or how to do it or what to spend your time on, etc. So I've got a few clients popping in. People can come in and out today. I want to introduce some guests that I have on live now. We have Tonya Hofmann, up at the top corner, and she is the CEO and founder of the Public Speakers Association, based out of Austin, Texas, but you have chapters all over now. How many states?
Across the whole United States and across Canada. Ooh, there's a bad feedback.
What's that?
There's an echo in the...
There's an echo?
It got better.
It got better? Here, maybe I just need to get my mic up here.
Oh, you sound so much better now that it's closer.
I was talking to my mic, which is way back here.
You got enough hair. You can hide it. You do the Princess Leia look inside, you know.
Get away with that.
Now,
yeah, I'm sorry.
Cool. And Tonya, you have your own TV show here on BLAB. What's it called?
Tonya Hofmann's fabulous TV show.
You say it so much better than me, so I had to tell you. So make sure you put the link to yours, or you go connect with Tonya. And all you guys have to do if you're new is see the little person with the checkbox next to our names and our squares. Just click that and you'll be connected. You'll be following us here on BLAB. And maybe Twitter too. I don't know if it's all connected, but
I don't think so. I think it's separate.
I think you have to go over to Twitter to connect with them on Twitter, but that's how you can connect on BLAB, and then you can find them later because you can look who you're following. So, and in the bottom right hand or bottom corner, we have my friend Faydra Koenig from here in Lincoln, and she is America's crisis coach. And Faydra, tell us a little bit about what you're up to.
Well, I'm really most excited about my brand new podcast. I just found it today, hit number 2 in New and Noteworthy. So I'm really going after that number 1 spot, loving it. We're telling stories from people who've been through the unimaginable and fought back, and they want to share what they did and how they did it, which makes the show really, really unique. So that's my most favorite thing I'm doing right now.
Awesome. And I know she goes deep into her podcast, man. I mean, these are stories from the depths of people's souls that they don't share. So
that's
amazing.
Good way to describe it.
Yeah, the depths of your soul. If you want to go deep to the depths of your soul, come on to Faith. And most people will be like, no thanks.
Well, there's some entertainment value for it. There's some really amazing practical tips. And the truth is, if you're not going through a crisis at the moment, at some point you're going to. So why not be prepared?
Yeah, totally. So I just want to say welcome to Miss Terry, the advocate, first day on BLAB. Yay, welcome. And I see a bunch of other friends, Yvonne Jones. Hopefully, I don't know if you're calling in from Jamaica or Florida today, but oh, she's giving a kudos here. Katrina's events rock and worth attending. Thank you.
Oh, true.
I can't read the feed fast enough because everybody's, I see Jennifer Darling, Brian Kipta, Georgiana Covell, Grace, Sonia. A lot of my clients are here. Yay.
Hey, Georgiana.
Awesome. Well, make sure you comment on the side. Christine Hardy, are you still around in the audience? I see you here, but I don't know if you know how to get on. I want to get you on here. Or Alicia Peterson. So make sure you come. So first things first, love or money? Do you need both, Tonya? What's your order of importance? What do you do about love and money?
I don't think you can have one without the other, because it also goes for your personal business versus also your family life, your relationships. They got to be harmonious. Everything's got to be balanced. And too many times you see people, you can always tell when they're off balance, when it's, they don't love what they're doing, but maybe they have a great family life, or vice versa. They love what they're doing, but not so good at home. You have to balance it out.
Good answer. Well, and balance doesn't mean equal necessarily either, right? It's balanced for you. Everybody's a little different on what you need and what your family style is. And so I have a very accommodating husband who knows that I work heavily in travel and things like that. So, but when we have time together, we have really good time together. So not that it's not that much time, but I'm just saying, let me explain the love thing really quick, because it's all about the 4 types of love. For those of you who don't know what I talk about, the 4 types of love in my book, Love Yourself Successful. It's love for what you do. So if you're not doing what you love, either in a career or a business, get the hell out and go find something that you're passionate about, because you'll make a lot more money doing what you love. Love for yourself, right? We got to get rid of the head trash in our heads that tell us we're not good enough, or we don't know how to do something or whatnot. We got to get rid of that head trash, and then feel confident to charge what we're worth and go after what we want and ask for help and do all the things we need to do. So that comes from love for yourself. And then it's love in your environment. Love in your environment or toxic people that could be around you, like feeding you negative energy or draining your energy. Could be clients, could be family, could be friends, could be a significant other. I know I had a starter husband that was a negative force, and that's why he's an ex. And so not that everybody has to go get divorced, right? But I know, Faydra, you've been there too. And we got to get rid of the toxic people, or put yourself in a bubble around them and don't talk about your business, because they give you that negative feedback that you cannot handle as an entrepreneur. That really hurts our energy. So bad. And then the final fourth love is obviously love with a significant other. Everybody thinks I'm always talking about just that, and it's not just that, but it's a huge part of it. If you're not completely happy in the relationship that you're in, even if you think it's okay, he does this or he does that, and that bothers me, but it's good enough, or it's fine, or whatever, that's settling in my mind. You're settling. So there's ways you can fix a relationship, and I have some relationships experts coming to my event to share with you on that. There's ways to communicate better about what you want as an entrepreneur and what you need. Like my ex-husband, I wanted to go do workshops and hire mentors and masterminds. And he was like, oh, hell no, you're not making enough money yet to go do that. And I said, well, I need to go do that in order to figure out how to make the money. Like, you don't understand. So he didn't get it, right? My current husband gets it. And so you really got to watch the relationship with a significant other. Or if you're looking for somebody, I talk about online dating tips for women, but if you're looking for someone, make sure you're crystal clear on what you need, or you will attract the wrong person. So those are the 4 types of love. Obviously, you know what I mean by let's go make some more money. So Faydra, what are your thoughts on love and money? And again, before you start, Christine Hardy or Lisa Peterson, if you're in the room, one of you, please come take the next seat. Cool.
Well,
Faydra.
I'm so glad that you took the time to explain those 4 different areas, because everyone needs to hear that you're coming at it from those different angles. Because the first thing people want to think about is a significant other, but it's so much more than that. And it really does begin with that self-love, and like you're talking about, that mind trash, because if you can really heal that element, then guess what? You are going to attract better people, better circumstances, better mates, and you're going to have that armor that you need to deflect things when people try to tell you no or push you away. Because in trying to make money, there's going to be some rejection. In trying to have love, there's going to be some rejection, right? So being really confident in who you are and knowing your place in the world and what you're all about and what is a hell no, a clear no for you, it will help you make the best decisions you possibly can. And your workshops and the way that you deliver your services to people, it really integrates the two. It's so, so great.
That's awesome. Thank you. I know you were at the last one, kind of helping me out a little bit, and I appreciate that as a friend. And I don't know, I think you got clients out of it. I mean, I'm always encouraging people to go make easy yes offers at my event and make money and get clients. And I think it's one of 2 events that I know of that we really push that in the audience. So happy for you on that. Thank you.
Yeah, well, one thing I would say about it was, it was the first time not only that I got to see you as a colleague in your prime and doing what you do so well, but it was the first time that I had been.
I'm in my prime.
And you're, showing up powerfully. That is your wheelhouse, right? Those workshops is where you really shine. And I was just in awe. Everything from, here's the main thing that I want people to know. If you're looking at coming to her conference, you've probably been to them before, where you start and at the end, towards the last day, there's a few people still left in the room. Well, I was so amazed because there were just as many people there at the last hour of the last day as there was at the beginning. And that speaks so highly to how engaging you are, the amazing content you're providing. And I was blown away. And I was so glad that I got to be a benefit from it. So thank you so much.
Thank you. You're so sweet. Tonya, do you have any other thoughts on what Faydra was sharing? Not just about the event, but just in Love and Money in general.
Well, and I want to tell everybody, if you really don't know Katrina, you have to get to know her. I bring her into my conference every year at the Public Speakers Conference, because, you find those people that not only are nice and that aren't expecting everyone to be perfect, but also that give you real information. And that's what I love about your events, is that you're not just there, where you're like, okay, can you get down to what to do? You're like all there. You're like, from the minute you start, you're like, boom. And people are like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. You're so sweet. And your conference, you mentioned your conference. And you know what? If there's anybody else that wants to come on, since Lisa and Christine aren't coming or they're hiding, Yvonne, you're pretty active over here. Feel free to come on. I know you've been to my events. She's in my Love and Money Club. Who else? Grace is here. Either one of you can come on, or Sonia. But okay, so let me just tell you about Tonya's conference, because the Public Speakers Association conference is fabulous. You say it better than me. It's what, your 4th year or 3rd year?
This will be our third year.
I've gone every year. I've spoken, but I would have gone anyways because it's amazing and the connections are awesome. There's speakers from all over the world, or the people the country. I don't even remember, but it doesn't matter, because the people that were there were engaged. They're looking at doing joint ventures. So it's a higher level of a conference, because you can find a lot of power partners and joint venture partners and people to be on your shows and stuff. And I plan on doing more blabs on a regular basis, and I can find guests for my blab, and Faydra can find guests for her podcast, and so can Tonya. And so if you're doing something like that, first of all, why not? Because these things are free, okay? Like the podcast, you might pay a little bucks, or a radio show, depending on the network you're in, you might pay a few bucks, but Blab is free, so is Periscope. So, do something like this to engage people. Look at how many people are in here, 45, I think, or people are in the room watching, and, who knows where they all came from. I mean, we've been marketing like crazy. Everybody was marketing like crazy pretty much you do it the last minute. And, her conference, though, is amazing. And it's end of June, right? So I'll be there. It's in Palm Springs.
Yeah, I think I need to know all about it.
Yeah.
I put the link in over there in the message area. It's publicspeakers.com. And it's people like Katrina. It's, people that are open to helping. And I think that's what I love about Katrina's event too, is you get around the right people that are there to be supportive and not there to, be ugly and attack and, blah.
Yeah, cool. Nobody wants to join us. I don't know. Are we scary? Like, how come nobody wants to join? Char, I see Char, Grace. Let's see. I don't know. I'm trying to find Sonia. I know Leisa Peterson. Oh, she's just in the room, so she's not planning on being here till 11:30. But Sonia, yeah. Okay, well, if nobody wants to join us, but I want to talk to Christine Hardy because she's one of the speakers at my event this month, and she's amazing. I hired her myself for my nutritionist, and she's breaking all kinds of thought processes around what I was eating and what I thought was healthy and what was for my body and stuff. So if she could just call in, that would be cool. But all right, so let's talk about making money. I like to get right into content. I was on a BLAB the other day. It was actually a radio show / BLAB. They were at the same time. And I don't think we got into content for 20 minutes. We were talking about our hair. And I'm like, and I was not initiating this, okay? Because I like to get into content. Okay, so let's talk about making money. Who needs here? Raise your hand or tweet over there if you need to make money. Just say, yes, I need money. Yes, I need more money. Yeah, we all need to make more money, right? So what can you do? What are the top, I teach like a top 10 revenue generating activities. But first I want to hear from each one of you. What makes you the best money? What marketing strategy or what tactic, Faydra, makes you more money in your business or makes you the most money? Where does most clients come from?
Definitely for me, it's public speaking, 100%. I have a much higher conversion rate when I'm in front of a room or working with people, directly referring, getting on the phone with them. So right now, my primary marketing tactic on my website is one call to action, and that's to talk to me. And until I'm at a place where I just can't accommodate all those new calls in connection with all the clients that I currently have, I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to keep traveling and speaking and engaging audiences.
Good. Awesome. Cool. Hey, Brian, I see you're here. Brian Kipdat, do you know how to come in to the room? If you can, just click the button in the open seat and I will be able to add you because you're one of my speakers too. There he is. All right. Thanks, Faydra. That's awesome. Hey, Brian, are you there? I see a brown screen.
He's a green egg today.
He's a green egg. We don't have a photo up. Maybe he's new. We don't want to give him too much trouble. We want those newbies to BLAB to feel comfortable because it's new technology for some of you. And trust me, I've only been on like 5 times or something like that. Not a big deal. 5, maybe 6 times.
Oh, he doesn't have a mic or a camera. He can't come on.
Okay, Brian. Sorry. Maybe you can message in.
Hey, Katrina, I love what Grace said over in your chat. She said, even if you've been to an event
before.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you asked me to wait. Sorry. That even if you've been to one of your events before, that you could have moved forward and that you could be hearing information in a whole new place. And I agree with that. Not only that, you're going to meet a whole new group of people and actually probably people you had started a relationship with. And such a big part of your events is everyone's networking. They generally have lunch together. You know, there's activities. You do a lot of breakout stuff where people are engaging one another. And I know for myself, I made a lot of new connections. I'm brand new to this area, and it's been really helpful for me to get to know people and then to do that follow-up. And you talked very much about how important that follow-up is. So yeah, if you've been once before, it doesn't really matter. I would just keep coming back.
I just put the link down in the thing again. I put it in there twice, but yeah, livebigevents.com, livebigevents.com. There's 4 events I'm having this year, and they're all listed there, but only one is linked live because there's only one open for registration right now. So it's the Love and Money Live, and don't worry, we will talk a lot about business and your website and speaking. Like you said, speaking is the #1 strategy for me to make money too. And Tonya, I would imagine it's the same for you, right?
Yeah, I guess being the CEO of Public Speakers Association, you know, a lot of times people are like, do you actually speak? And I'm like, yeah.
Well, and you make money through the association, but I would imagine you still make your own coaching money and speaking money and all that kind of stuff for keynotes and things that you're doing.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So speaking being the number one marketing strategy, and then networking in my mind is number two. So anything in-person networking. Now the speaking, to back up, it could be online or offline. So it could be this kind of speaking that gets you clients. It could be speaking on a telesummit, which is how I met Leisa Peterson, who's one of my speakers at the event. She invited me to her telesummit this last year. And so I was on her telesummit, and so I invited her to speak at my event about money mindset. We all need that, right? Like knock some of the head trash out of our head around money. And but any kind of speaking is speaking. So then networking, I kind of treat I treat social media different than in-person networking. Even though you can network on social media, I treat it as a different strategy, and it's actually number 3 of the top 10 that I teach, because you can reach millions of people. I mean, if you're savvy and you know what to do on social media, you can reach out to, I say, about 50 people a day. That's 1,000 people a month, new people that you wouldn't have access to just by networking locally. So those and networking, you got to learn how to work the room, right? And you don't have to do it in a salesy way, like, hey, here's my card, come to my event. That's kind of cheesy, right? We don't do that kind of networking, but it's networking to give, networking to see how you can help people, but capturing their information and following up as well. So any other tips on networking, ladies, that you might give? I know you guys are both big networkers.
Yeah, I think one of the things that catch people that they don't do enough of is when you go to a conference, you are there to do business. So yeah, enjoy learning from the people on stage, enjoy, getting that information, but don't miss the huge opportunity to get to know the people that are there in the audience, especially if they're your target market.
Right. Totally. Faydra, anything?
Yeah,
we're going to a networking event tomorrow.
I know. I'm speaking at the Unstoppable conference this weekend. Yeah. Super thrilled about that. I will say that one of the things that works really well for me is I'm in a lot of groups and forums on social media, and being of service and solving real problems for people with nothing expected in return has been one of the best ways for me to grow my tribe, to grow know, like, and trust, and to get referrals. Because when you help somebody in their moment with whatever that is, whatever your expertise is, they're going to shout that out to the world, especially if you do it for nothing more than just you want to be part of the group. So that really works for me. And that's something that doesn't cost me anything to fly or have to, spend hours at a conference to do. I can do that on a daily basis. So for me, that's a really good marketing tool.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. If you guys have any questions, you can post them. Will we see the questions over on the left-hand side? We will, right?
If they put a Q, if they put a /Q, then it'll show up on the questions area, or they could just post it in the message area.
I don't know how to do that over there. Oh,
they'll do it. So if they have a question, they would put a Q, a /Q, and then you type it out, type it in to send a message, and then it posts out over there.
Oh, I was see Alicia's testing that theory.
No, it's /Q, not Q / Alicia.
Okay. Alicia, you can come on. Nobody else seems to want to come on. Alicia or Sonia, Grace. Oh, here comes Alicia. All right, baby. Now we're going to go cray. All
Hello.
Right.
Hi, Tonya.
Hi. How is everybody?
Alicia White from Wiley, Texas.
Wiley.
House. Not Wiley?
Wide Awake Wiley.
Yeah.
Wide Awake Wiley. Okay. Alicia is a fabulous branding expert and graphic design specialist. She's one of the gals I use for my graphics, and she actually designed the logo for the Love and Money Live event. Yay! Amongst many other things. Oh, yeah.
She's doing the new logo for Public Speakers Association, too.
I sent you a mug. Yay, you got the mug.
I did. Thank you.
I figured you'd want some kind of, I figured it'd be fun to have something that you created on a mug.
Absolutely. It's amazing.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself a little bit, and what matters most to you about love and money.
So I'm Alicia White. I'm the CEO and founder of Back of the Room Productions, and I help speakers, authors, trainers, consultants, and business owners with their branding, making sure that whenever they get on stage that they're generating leads and revenue. And, Tonya, I've worked with one-on-one for over 3 years. Katrina has been my business coach, and Faydra has even advised me on occasion. So, I mean, what some powerful women are right here. And then I'm looking at the audience, and there's Char, and there's Sonia, and Grace. And so, hello, ladies. One of the things that has helped me in love and money is getting centered every morning. And Kat, I know you talked about that a couple of weeks ago in your emails and on a video. And I've been learning from industry leaders that taking just 20, 30 minutes in the morning to either journal, meditate, relax. I even will take my binoculars and do just a little bit of bird watching, but I'm spending time for me, because I have forgotten to take time for me throughout the day. And by the time 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock comes around, I'm just sitting in front of the TV and zoning out. I don't even think about taking care of myself. I'm ready for bed. So that's one of the biggest things for me in that aspect.
Self-care, baby. Yeah. There was, wasn't it like every Thursdays you wanted to do yoga, and then every Fridays you wanted off? You didn't want to work on Fridays.
Right.
Was that it? Right. So schedule it in and be really focused with our activities, right? You got your calendar, or you got some sticky note boards behind you, I see.
Yeah.
And Tanya's just got accolades behind her. Her books and her accolades. And Faydra's in a pretty place. And I'm in kind of a marketing / love place, I guess. That's funny. But yeah, self-care. This is my year for self-care too. I avoided it for the longest time. And it caught up with me, and now my body's not mad. It's a little mad at me, so it's like a little hornet in a hornet's nest at my body. And so I'm having now to do it. Like, there's no choice. There's no choice to take care of myself now, because I'm at that point. So don't get to that point, you guys. Like, seriously, plot stuff in your calendar. Anybody else have some tips on like self-care stuff or what they do?
I love taking those moments for yourself, but also for the connections that you need to develop. So if you've got, your family, you don't forget that they need just as much of that connection, but a lot of it is for yourself too. And then there's also the family of your clients and everything. So, it's like we were talking about earlier, it's about balancing. And so if you balance, too many people just spend too much time by themselves. And that's why they don't get out and develop clients and develop their relationships, and vice versa. So you have to kind of figure out what works for you and then be committed to that,
Mm-hmm. Faydra?
I always think of our elements of life as a symphony. We think about a beautiful piece of classical music. If it was just all horns playing all the time, it would be almost annoying. And there are moments in a symphony where you hear a horn, or you hear a string instrument, or a woodwind, or a piano, and it's a symphony. And sometimes one thing takes a precedence. So maybe it's your finances, maybe it's your health, maybe it's your spirituality, maybe it's family, it's relationships. And I look at trying to avoid balance so much as what's the symphony? What's the instrument that needs the most attention and to be heard clearly? And I try to focus on that particular time of my life. And I agree with Katrina, you have to schedule that in. We live in these bodies. We know ourselves. We know where we're stressed, where we're lacking, and we can take that lack and we can move it up into our calendar and create a priority for it. And then we create that symphonic, beautiful noise that really resonates with the world, because everybody loves a good piece of classical music.
And then make sure if you put it in your calendar, you don't just move it and ignore it. Like, I've done that a lot.
And that's
so.
Yeah, it's
I made a sticky note that says,
"Hold on,
wow yourself every day."
Every day. That's cool. Alicia, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say it's key to leave that. Okay, so Faydra actually advised me on something that was really powerful, and a lot of times I will look at things as a victim per se, and that is, one morning I woke up, and I was sharing this with her. One morning I woke up. I said, I had to get to the computer and I had to work on this project because I just needed to finalize it. And I totally skipped out on taking care of myself. And she said, no, You didn't have to do that. You chose to do that. So it was in the best interest of my company and in the best interest of my client. So with that said, that helped me wrap my head around the thing that I don't have to play victim or let other things become that excuse. I chose to take that time off to do something for that client, and then I did eventually do something for myself.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. It's so important. So one of the exercises I teach at the event and to clients, I'll share a little sneak peek, is my letting go exercise. And I don't know who's still doing it, who's been at the event, but I do it almost every morning. I did it for I'd say 4 weeks every single day. And it made a huge difference in my mindset every day once I started doing it. And all you do is you take a piece of paper and a blank piece of paper, you write down everything that pisses you off or annoys you or that is in your head about, your worry, your doubt, your self-talk, all that kind of stuff. You just write it down. It just can be words. It doesn't have to be sentences. And then you tear it off and you crumble it up and you throw it away. And you do the same thing the next day and the next day and the next day. First thing in the morning, though. I mean, because you're going to wake up and sometimes who has a to-do list? So as soon as they wake up, anybody? I know I do. So, and then I think about some of the negative things from yesterday or whatever. And so then I write them down and they're gone. And then the next day, if they're still there, you write them down and they're gone. And usually within 3 days, maybe 4 days, if you have the same issue, it's gone after that. So it's just something I recommend. And
that's a great exercise.
Yeah. So let's see. I need to bring on Brian. He's at a computer now. Does anybody at least
sign out and but I'll be in the chat so that you can bring Brian on.
So Alicia, do you have any words for somebody? You've spoken at my event. You've also been to a couple. What are your thoughts really quick?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Tons of information and it's laid out for you what to do. Well, one thing that attracted me to Katrina was that she was able to say, this is what you can do, and these are the results. And when you implement those to-dos, you will get the results. And I learned something new every time I go to an event, and I can't wait to attend all of her, as many as I can this year.
Yay. I know there's 4. That's a lot, but that's okay. All right, Alicia, well, have a good day.
Bye.
Everybody give her some props. Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Look at that.
I tried something new. All right. Bye.
All right. Now, if you guys don't know that the little number and the hands down at the bottom of the screen, for those of you who are new, that means if you click on the hands, it gives us props. And so just an FYI, and I don't know what it does. And if we have a huge prop score on BLAB somewhere, do you know, Faydra, or what that?
I think it's just
they don't.
It's just for vanity.
It's just on this one show.
So let's.
It doesn't do anything
Okay,
long
so
term.
I want to see who gets the most props. So we're in competition now.
Okay. You can't prop yourself. That would be totally wrong.
I'm propping you guys. Okay, Brian.
I'm propping you guys too.
Okay, I'll give
Everybody's
Favorite
trying to make it equal,
Thank you, Tonya.
right.
All right, here comes Brian Kipta. One of our, I think. Are you here? You have your computer. Come on, Brian.
You have to have a mic
You have to
and
have a
headset
webcam.
and camera. Your computer should have a camera on.
It might not be on. You might have to press a button to turn it on.
Yeah.
And then you don't necessarily have to have a mic. I don't think you can talk right into your computer, right?
Yeah, usually your external mic and speakers will work.
Okay, we'll give him a minute to keep trying. Oh, I don't think I have a mic.
It's so great that you spell it M-I-K-E. I do have a mic and a mic.
We have an M-I-C and you have an M-I-K-E. I was going to say, I don't have a mic. We're just playing with you, Brian. Okay, so maybe he can't come on. So Brian Kipta is one of the speakers, and he is a relationship therapist. And so he's going to be helping couples that are at the event or people who are in a relationship to try to navigate maybe some communication things they can do to try to get closer and really get a better relationship going, or give you some tips on maybe how to get the hell out. So I don't know, like, right? Right. He said that.
And can I say something about you?
Yeah, about Brian?
Because I know about you.
Brian, put your website on the side too, by the way. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Tonya.
I wanted to tell everybody, if you want someone incredibly fun to speak at your conference, have Katrina come, because she always has a blast. Wherever she goes, she's going to have a good time. And so she makes everyone have a good time. If you go to the website, to the Public Speakers Conference, I've got a picture of her and my friend Jim, and they're like, ah, she's just like, yay.
I was just at a conference and Christine was there, and I was doing selfies all over the place. I mean, I was all over that place doing selfies, and the cover, like the photographer, the actual photographer of the event, I guess, was doing a video montage of all the pictures, and he took a picture of me and 3 other ladies doing a selfie, and he put that on the front cover of the video montage. It was so funny. And
wow.
Because it was like the thing of the morning. And I did that in the one in LA too. And I did it every morning, and I took like 20 shots every morning and flooded Facebook with it. And it's a fun thing. I mean, you got to get this energy up, and you have to be the one that's memorable. You have to be the one that's memorable at the event. You have to create your own memorability or whatever that word is. But seriously, if you just kind of sit down and sit being quiet, you're not going to be noticed. You don't have to be goofy or weird, but you can do something to be memorable when you go to events. So thank you.
Yeah, you're one of my favorite speakers. You know it.
Oh, good. Well, Tanya's coming to my event too in April.
Yes,
yay.
The speakers event.
Yeah, so on April, I have an event all for speakers as well, and it's more of a training. So we're going to talk about how to do your speaker sheet and your topic description, and we're even going to get people up practicing on stage. So you're going to get to practice. I'm probably going to bring in a videographer to give you a quick little video snippet of yourself too. So we might even do headshots, and I was trying to get Char. She's in the audience. I was trying to get Char to do it, but I don't know if she can commit the whole time. So we'll see. We'll get somebody there to photograph people. But it is getting stuff done so you can get booked more. That's the speaker training in April. And then in July, we're doing a Jumpstart Your Biz in a Weekend event again. And that's really all the nitty-gritty business stuff, your websites. And we cover a lot of this in Love and Money, but we cover it in 3 days at the July event. And then in November, it's Love and Money Live again. So if you can't make it in February, it's okay, but make the other 3. I have special deals coming out soon about how you can get multiple tickets for different events, so it's cheaper. But right now, the Love and Money Live is $297, which is still a steal. Okay, I actually might not raise the rates to the regular price. I said it was early bird, and I don't know if I will because we're about 2 weeks out now. So go get your ticket. There's actually some bonuses on the page at livebigevents.com. There's a bonus of the top 10 revenue generating activities, actually, that we're talking about. And I think another audio. I don't have the page up right now. I don't want to go look at it and get distracted, but go check out the bonuses. So let's see. I introduced Brian. He put his website on there. No, I don't see it. Make sure you put the HTTP when you're putting a link on the side too. So Brian is going to be there. Christine Hardy, I mentioned, she can't come on. She looks like she's in a boat. Why are you in a boat? That's what I want to know. You're in Brian's boat. So I don't understand why you're in a boat.
Oh, she probably doesn't have the computer set up. She's in that kind of boat.
Oh, I'm like, I thought you were in a boat. Why are you in a boat in the middle of the afternoon on a Thursday? I'm like,
I'm just laying back and sipping some margaritas on my
boat. Christine does metabolic typing for your body. She also does genetic testing, so you can really find out what's wrong with your hormones and what's going on with your body, so you know what to eat. And I tell you, I was just at the store, Christine, you'll be happy. I take this list of what I'm supposed to eat with me to the store every time. I can only eat the stuff in green, you guys. Apparently, my body does not like citrus. Okay, so no more limes or margaritas, unfortunately. So I have to drink something else. And I don't even drink that much alcohol anymore. Wine, red wine. Oh my God, I can't even go into all the stuff that is. But I don't miss it. It's okay, and I feel 10 times better. So Christine's amazing. Anyway, she's in the Bay Area. Brian's up here in Sacramento. I've got a couple other speakers. James Key can't make it today. James Key, Dr. James Key, is all about story alchemy, and he teaches you how to tell your stories better as a speaker. He's amazing. And he has this whole process on how he shows you how to get your story out in a more effective way so that people take more action. I know he worked with my friend Matt, and Matt was already making multiple six figures, but he made probably a couple hundred more thousand at one event because he changed his story based on what James told him to do. Wow. So James has a lot of insight on that. He runs his own events down in LA, but he's going to be one of the speakers at the Love and Money Live. So I'm excited. I was just speaking at his event in December. And then we have Gary Salyer, and I don't think he's here today. No, he couldn't make it. Gary Salyer is all about safe to love again. So if you are not necessarily in a relationship and not really ready yet to get one, you're kind of in that middle boat, he's the guy you want to talk to because he can get you in a better place emotionally in order to be ready for the love again. And so he's really good. He's going to be here. And how we're going to work that part of the event is I'm going to do online dating tips. Gary's going to talk to the people in between, and Brian's going to talk to the relationship people. And we're going to do little breakouts instead of talking to the whole group because not everybody needs online dating tips. So that's how we're doing that. It's going to be really fun and different. And then we also have a speaker. I'm blinking. Oh. Okay, I'll think about it in a minute. So I want to ask you guys one more question. So what is your favorite thing to do about social media? Because everybody is online on social media and they waste so much time. I see it every day with the clients and the prospects that I talk to. But what is one of the key things that really gets you more connections, not just likes, right? But connections where you can take them offline and actually do something with them, either become a customer or maybe a joint venture partner. Is either one of you have any tips? Tonya, you want to go first?
Yeah, it's about building relationships. It's no different than you meet somebody at a networking group. So if you see somebody that you can connect with, you need to go beyond Twitter. You need to go beyond BLAB. You got to get an actual conversation going, So like I went and I, became friends, followed each person on here. So now we're connected, but it needs to go beyond that. So really it's about reaching out and saying hello to somebody, especially if you're like, oh my gosh, that person's fabulous, taking it to the next level.
Yeah, that's so important. So is there anything in particular that you like that works for you?
It's about, so if I didn't know Alicia and I was like, oh, I really like her, then it's about me going and connecting with her, wherever I can, especially here, it's easy to do Twitter, and saying, hey, let's chat, and then figure out an actual time to actually have a conversation.
Awesome. I'm just laughing because Grace, I thought she was in a real boat too. That's funny. All right, Christine, you're funny. Okay, so Faydra. I know you're a big social media person too. I mean, she does awesome videos. You should really follow her on Facebook because she's a Starbucks queen and a video queen. So, and nobody can ever spell her name right. It's hilarious. So give us a quick tip.
Yeah, I would say definitely video. Facebook Live is the competition for Periscope and even things like BLAB. And I really enjoy Facebook Live. Prior to that, I was doing videos just with my devices and then posting them to Facebook. But it has been really helpful for growing the know, like, and trust, because when people go to a static web page, they make judgments based on the imagery there or reading with their own voice in their own head. But when they hear you and see you, they're easily going to lean in or they're going to pull away. And then it's a definite, do I want to get to know them? And the second tip that I would give is if you're a leader, if you're building a tribe, create a fun and safe an appropriate environment for people to come to. So I have the Brave Nation, and it's a Facebook group that people can come and be a part of. And it's a great way for me to build relationships and have content that's very specific and targeted for those people. And it creates, you know, friendships amongst the people there. And it also creates an opportunity for me to take things to another level.
Love it. Brave Nation. Is that a group?
Yeah, we are the Brave Nation. I will put a link there if you guys, I would love to have you there.
Oh, yeah, I got to go find my link to my group, too. I have a group. So let's welcome Leisa Peterson. Yay!
Hi!
Nice to see you. Do you know everybody or no? Probably not.
Listening in. It's awesome to meet everybody and learn about them.
Okay, good. Did you have to go put on makeup on or something? Because I've been calling you for a while. You were on a call, though. That's right.
Yeah, I had a client call. I just finished, so.
Okay, good. Well, Tonya up on top with the blonde, boofy hair is Tonya Hofmann of the Public Speakers Association in Texas. Faydra down in the bottom corner next to you is the America's Crisis Coach, Faydra Koenig, and she's a friend of mine up here. And then Leisa is, I was telling him that I was on your telesummit last year, and I can't remember the name of it, so you'll have to tell us what it was, and that you're going to be the speaker on money mindset at my event in a couple weeks. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Leisa.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, one of the things I do is the Art of Mindful Wealth podcast and summits. And so Mindful Wealth is a culmination of looking at money and fulfillment and bringing those two things together. So I've got a 25-year experience base of helping people with their money. I'm a certified financial planner. I have an MBA in finance. I have became a self-made millionaire in my mid-30s. And I know money really well, but I've always been fascinated by the mindset around scarcity and what causes us to shut down and stop really living to our fullest potential. And so I'm actually writing a book right now, and I'm sure some of that will come up in our discussions together, because it's really self-sabotage and we don't even know it's happening. So it's outside of our perspective, but it keeps us from making the kind of money that we want to make. It keeps us from having the joy that we want to have in our lives. And I just love sharing this stuff and my discoveries with people. So there's research and science, and there's a lot around how do you really take a stand for the things that you most want in your life and have money help you do that.
That's awesome.
I hope you post your link into the chat so we can click over and learn more about that.
Okay, I definitely will.
To your podcast.
Oh, and Katrina, don't put the www in there anymore because it doesn't usually link.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Gotcha. I thought I did it before and it linked, so weird.
It's
all good.
It links okay.
Is it?
But you mentioned writing a book. What's the book called?
So the book is about, I write so much that I can't even remember. It's about overcoming scarcity mindset and creating a state of abundance in your business. So it's written to the business owner. I found that there's 7 stages that we go through that are related to the scarcity. And then there's 7 stages related to abundance. And if we don't know what's going on the beginning stage, then we don't know where to watch out for it. So it's 2 parts, and it's great. I have a group right now that have come together to kind of help me with my book launch, and they're actually helping me with the writing of it too, because they're giving me feedback, and it's keeping it really applicable to business owners is my biggest desire.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yay. When's it going to be out? Put a date out there. When do you think you're going to get it done?
I wanted it to be tax day. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's late spring is really where I'm shooting for. May.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Are you? Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm excited to have you come to speak because we only got a short time on your telesummit to chat, and I think we have a lot in common. So, and I love to teach people how to make money, and if they got head trash and crap about mindset, about money, they're not going to do what I tell them to do. Right, clients over there on the chat room? Like, you guys need to come to this event. I think most of you are already going to come, but Seriously, I might have to, when I get a new client in my mastermind, I might have to send them off to you, Lisa, first or something to like knock the stuff out, or we have to get some kind of hypnotherapist in here. I mean, we just need to get this crap out of our head so we can move forward into what's more productive. And whatever the fastest way to do that is best.
Yeah, we may even play with it when we're together because tapping is a great thing with money stuff, and it's quick and it's easy, and we take on like the really gritty stuff around things that nobody talks about, but everybody needs to clear, so we can do some of that together.
Okay, so I've been in a couple tapping workshops and tried it, and it's the tapping, and I don't even know all the different things, but the reason I don't do it is because I can't remember. I can't remember the sequence. I can't remember the words. And what we need, I think, is kind of like we have a meditation. I have a meditation I listen to in the morning. I need a video of someone doing what I need to do in tapping in order to follow it. That would be amazing. So just an FYI, like product creation. You.
I agree. I agree because I spend so much time teaching people how to do it that by the time our session's done, we only get a few. And so I'm like, it's time to create that video.
No, we need a video. Like seriously, like just do it like this and teach people and do it with a client. And if they need different ones, I don't know if you teach the same thing to the same clients or different.
It's more of the bringing the stuff up that is the art of it, knowing that thing that people get stuck on. But the tapping is the same sequence for everybody.
Okay. So that can easily done be in a video. I can't wait till you create it because I got to get that. So.
Okay. I'm working on it. Thank you.
No pressure. How about be a little free gift with your book purchase or something? That would be amazing. That'd be amazing. You guys have any questions for Lisa? Or?
I definitely want links to her stuff. I'd love to be able to follow through and check out more about her.
Okay. That's the one thing that's hard when you're on these blabs is like, okay, now I have to chat over here and I have to go do this thing. And then I'm looking over here and I look like an idiot because I'm
And I would love to have everyone on my virtual summit. It's coming up February 24th and 25th. I've just posted it. So it's coming up really quick. It's on relationships. Katrina, you need to be on the summit again.
I know.
And it's just on the teleconference.
I literally have no time to fill out your forms. It's the form.
They're so easy. Just send me the stuff and say when, and I'll do it for you.
I'm waiting in the queue to fill out. I'm on Sandra.
I tried to make it so simple.
But when you have 6 of them, it's overwhelming. I've got Sandra Fidelis's telesummit in a couple weeks, and she's waiting for my form, and then I can just send you all my speaker sheet. I know it's easier, and I totally know why, because I'm all about systems, right? I mean, you got to have the online system, or it's manual labor chaos. So
it's so hard, that's one of the things that breaks down. That's what I love about you is you talk about systems.
I know, and then I hate them
because you have to. And then you give me a hard time about the systems you tell me to do.
So Sonia, if you're listening, and Brian, you guys need to go apply for her telesummit for sure. And I can't think of everybody else who is on. Oh, and also Kim. Kim just joined us. Yay. Awesome. Does anybody else want to say anything about the event or give a testimonial that's over in the chat room? Because if you do, make sure you type in so I can plug you up. That'd be great. We have a few more minutes here. I want to ask, so Lisa, we were talking earlier, and we were all talking about what's most important to love and money to you, and what do you think about when it comes in regards to love and money?
For me, it's harmony between the two, because I am a mom and a wife and running a startup, and it's the harmony and the balance between making sure that I'm totally attentive to their needs and also attentive to my business needs. So that's really, I'd say, my challenge and my joy.
That's awesome. How many kids do you have, and how old are they?
So I have 2. I have a daughter who just started at Cal Poly, and she is 18.
Totally.
And then I have a son who is 11. And so it's like 2 single children.
I have the same exact scenario. How funny is that? I've got a 12-year-old son and a 21-year-old daughter.
I love it. Yeah, it's makes you a little crazy because they compare. My son compares to her and says, well, how could you let her do that? I should be able to do that too. And, they don't understand.
Yeah, big difference in age, sweetie, but it's funny that Tonya said balance was the thing that she thought of most with Love and Money. And you said, what'd you say?
Harmony.
Harmony. Yeah. So similar. You both have 2 kids. So, I just have the one. And by the way, it's Riley's birthday today. It's her 7th birthday. She's off at school. I had to drive her to school, but we have, I got to go decorate her room after this before she gets home. So we got streamers and balloons and,
nice.
We already had her birthday party, but it's fun. Yeah. So wish Riley a happy birthday on Facebook or whatever, because she'll look at it later, I'm sure. So that'd be cool. Well, okay. So let's see. I asked the other gals, Lisa, what's one really good marketing strategy that works for you for getting clients? Do you get most clients online or offline, or are you virtual? Do you sell mostly virtual stuff or coaching, or what works for you?
I think virtual through lately, the podcast launched in November, and I took all of the interviews that I had done over the past year. So I had about 80 interviews. I took the best of those. So we started with about 55 of those interviews. We got them all onto the podcast, and that took off really fast. So we've had about 4,000 downloads in that couple month period, which is great. And that's pretty much a great tool to get the word out and have people come in and sign up for my freebies and other things. Facebook, I'm not as good at that, but learning is the way I'd say it. And email list and, making friendships. Summits are great too.
So the podcast is something great for lead generation for you, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But not necessarily, are you getting the clients from there, the paying clients? I know, you are Faydra, right? You're getting paid clients. We want the money, right?
Correct. Yeah. And it is a great opportunity to become a speaker, because people will hear you and then they'll oh my God, you got to come be at this event. Can you please talk? Or, the other thing that it's really generated for me is just great joint ventures. I've had people who, after our interview, they feel so connected to me because we've talked about something so powerful, and they feel it's a catharsis because they've actually told this story that their tribe maybe hasn't heard. And then all of a sudden they're like, what can we do with that? Right? How can we help other people?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought too when I had my radio show. I don't have it anymore, but it was basically an opportunity and a door opener for all kinds of new relationships. And you can get speaking gigs anywhere. I don't even know how we got introduced, Lisa, and how I got on your podcast, but I mean, they come in swarms. They're coming soon, you guys. So make sure you're well known, because, or you get out there and get more exposure for yourself, because all of a sudden within a 3-week period, you could get invited to 24 telesummits. And insanity right around April. And then and then again, I don't know what it is. Whoever's teaching how to do telesummits, which I know a gal, Leanne Webster, but I'm sure there's other people too. It's craziness. Do one in June, do one in January, do one in spread them out. Let's spread out the love.
That's why I do one every month. Just get it over with.
Yeah. Well, and yours are consistent, and we know we can get good information from yours.
And you were talking about, the Legion and everything. One of the things that I see physically happening in the webinar, teleconference, all of those kind of things is the number of people live is shrinking, but the amount of people that listen to the recordings is huge. I mean, we get 1,000 downloads a month on the past summits of people listening to your recordings and everything. So it's just incredible now.
Yeah. And for those clients that are over in the thing, I keep telling them to do a monthly teleclass or webinar. And now you can do a BLAB, you can do a Periscope. I don't care what medium you do something once a month though, to where you're speaking and sharing with people, and they're getting to know you, like you, trust you, and experience you, because that's how you build quicker rapport virtually. And then they can get on your list and buy from you. Right, guys?
Right.
Exactly.
That's great.
Cool. Okay, so I want to ask, let's see, is there anybody else that wanted to come on? I did ask. I'd love to be on a telesummit if anyone has coming up. Grace is a professional organizer, just in case anybody needs to know. She's one of my clients, and she helps me tremendously. She's one of my helpers this year at my event, and she's in the Bay Area, professional organizer, but she also has virtual organizing. So she can virtually organize you on Skype and stuff and on video.
Nice.
Let's see. I have one last question I want to ask you guys. I just want to make sure that I've shouted out to people. Okay, so Kim McLaughlin, she's in the house. She does emotional eating coaching. And so that's FYS therapy. If you're over in the chat room, make sure you guys put your websites in there so people can click. And then make sure you highlight over the person's name and you can, or click over to them and you can follow them on here. So you want to follow everybody. You want to follow all of us. And so you want to click our little person up on the top and you want to follow everybody in the chat room because that's how you build a following in here and they can follow you back. So you want to make sure you do that. Put your website link with the HTTP, I think. Oh, maybe you didn't do your HTTP, but it worked. Okay. Let's see. We talked to, I already talked about Christine. Yvonne Jones. I didn't say what she did. She's an amazing online marketer. She talks also about client retention. So make sure you connect with Yvonne. And then let's see. I'm looking really quickly.
And I've got to run to a client coaching call.
Okay. Well, really quick question. If you won, let's say from the lotto, $10 million today, what would be the first thing you would do with that money? And Tonya, you go first, then you can leave. $10 million, what would you do?
I would go out and have a blast and take all my friends like you, and we would go to Wales because I've always wanted to go to Wales and stay in a princess palace so that we feel so pampered. So get it on your list because I'm going to win the lotto tomorrow, and we'll go do that.
Okay, so just a quick note, though. You don't have to win the lotto to do that. You just need to be a really focused, motivated entrepreneur. So, okay.
Exactly. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Phaedra, what's your answer? $10 million today. What would you do with it? First thing.
I would just travel. I would just take my podcast and travel the world and do these interviews face to face versus through Skype. That would be my gig.
That's awesome. Is that because you want to travel or is it because you want to make a more global impact or what's the...
I'm at the stage of life. I'm an empty nester. I've raised my children. I did my job. They're all these amazing, effective adults now, and it's all about me. I got married really young, had kids really young, so I'm now living that element of life, before retirement age. And so it is about experiences for me. I'm less about things. I'm more about experiences. So for me, it would be all about eating, pasta in Italy, going to Greece and having olives. I would like to do that. And while I'm there, I'd like to have people tell me their amazing stories and put that out to the world.
That's awesome. That's exciting. I got goosebumps. How about you, Lisa? $10 million in your pocket today. What would you do first?
Yeah, so we're about to move to Sedona, and I've been looking at retreat centers. And so I would definitely buy the retreat center. There's one I already know that I would be buying. And travel. I'm right with Faydra. That travel thing is big for me too. So yeah, spreading my word, spreading my gifts, but the joy of just being able to travel to like India. I have people on my list that write to me from India and they're like, when are you coming? And I'm like, I don't know, but I want to. So there you go.
That's awesome. So retreat center. So you need big bucks in order to do that, right?
Yes.
And actually, I need to connect you with Hank and Sharon Ulof. They just moved to Sedona and put together a retreat center. So they're friends of mine.
Ooh, that's perfect. Yay.
Yeah, great connection. He's a big marketer like me, and he'll connect you. I mean, he's probably going crazy he just moved there. So, but
He does late night Facebook questions. I like him.
Yes, he does. He does that. He's pretty funny. You got to follow him on Facebook. Okay. And okay, so Grace says, I agree. Owning a venue would be so fun. She's building a lake house over in what lake is it? I forget. It's somewhere like a couple hours from here. But she helps people build their own home. So shows them what to do and become a contractor of their own home. So, and Brian says, what a quick hour. Really good info. Looking forward to more. You guys are so inspiring. Well, you would be inspiring too if you could actually get on the call, Brian. So we'll have to wait and see you at the event, which again is February 19, 2021 here in Sacramento. Go to livebigevents.com for all the details and to register for $297 plus a ton of bonuses. The bonuses alone are worth $297, and then the event's free if you really think about it. And I guess I should answer that question too. So if I got $10 million today, right, what would I do? I would probably, first thing I would probably do is pay off my house and my mom's house. And first thing, I don't know why. I just want people to be secure in their funding, financially, right? And then what would I do? I don't know. You guys had time to think about it while I was asking the question. So I was.
You're not supposed to ask questions you don't know.
I know what I would do. We have a horrible backyard. And for those of you who know, when I was getting married this last summer, I started a fund online, whatever the hell it was called, to raise money for my backyard. So don't buy us wedding presents, just donate to the fund, right? I think we only got like $500. And then we got like, I don't know, $3,000 in gift cards or whatever. But our fund goal was 40 because our backyard's literally going to cost around $40,000. Because it's just gutted right now. So it looks disgusting. And I want a luxury backyard that we can enjoy. We do a lot of barbecues. I want to have parties. And boo, I have a muddy, muddy backyard. I want a backyard. All right. So everyone should go. Brian said, who's being mysterious? Oh, Lake Tulla is her lake. All right. So thanks for showing up, you guys.
Thank you.
I'll be doing more of these blabs. Make sure you go to Faydra's podcast. And you guys can put the link again. Make sure you go to Lisa's podcast. And make sure you come to my event and like everybody and follow everybody so you can connect with them later. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Here's some more love and money.